Hey folks, Connor from Nice Wheels here. Really excited to review this really unique electric scooter. It's the first and only kick assist e-scooter called the FlyKly Smartped. So in this review, we'll talk about how this all-in-one smart motor works. We'll also go through the BitRide app, which can function as your display, and then we'll talk a little bit about how this thing rides. So normally in our reviews, we have a whole bunch of different parts to go through, different things to look at, but with the FlyKly Smartped, everything really is just inside this rear hub motor. So you have your battery, your motor itself, and then all the control units, everything is right in here. And what's really unique about this motor is that it actually senses the spike when you kick the scooter, and then that's when the assistance is gonna come in. So this motor doesn't actually accelerate you faster than what you put in, but it will maintain that speed that you put, and it'll be able to take you for about a half a mile or so. So if you're kicking this thing up to the top speed of 15 miles per hour, it'll hold that for, a couple long city blocks. Since the motor wheel is the only real electric component to this scooter, you do charge it right on the axle itself. So you have this little black cover that you can unscrew. You plug the charger directly into the axle. Full charge will take about 3 hours if you're completely empty, and it'll take you approximately 15 to 18 miles on a full charge. So going through the non-electric parts of this scooter, you have a nice steel frame here that's going to be able to absorb the bumps and cracks in the road, as well as the 16-inch wheels that are going to be the same size as a lot of folding bikes out there. So you're going to find this ride to be very comfortable. You're going to be able to coast for quite a long time. The scooter also comes with front and rear fenders already installed on it, and you have some nice Textro V brakes, just regular standard bike brakes, so you're going to have pretty good stopping power with this one. And overall, it's going to be a really simple design that's going to be easy to maintain. Not a whole lot of moving parts to it. For the United States, they've only introduced the non-folding version. Now, that doesn't mean you can't fold any part of it. You still have one folding joint at the stem that you can just kind of open up to save a little bit more space and collapse that down. So at least it takes down the vertical height a little bit. But the actual deck does not fold in half. The handlebar height on the scooter is going to be adjustable as well, so it'll be able to fit a wide variety of sizes of people. You have just a pretty standard grip set up here, and then on the other side, on the rear axle, you do have a nice kickstand, so you can prop this thing up. So let's go through how to start the scooter up. Since it is a really simple design, there's no buttons to it or anything. The first thing you do actually is just to go down to the wheel, give it a nice spin, and then you wait for a couple seconds. You'll notice a Bluetooth light that's going to come on, and that's how you'll know that this thing is ready to ride. So once you've turned the wheel and you have the scooter on, you'll see that the connect button will light up green on your app, so you can go ahead and connect to your scooter. When you first get it, it'll ask you to register the scooter with FlyKly, so you'll set up an account and a login for your app before you get to all of this. When you're at the dashboard, you got a couple readouts here. So it'll have your trip distance overall right on the top, and your current speed is going to be right there in the middle. You also have your battery life and your motor wattage output, both at the bottom here too. So this will go up as you ride it. You'll be able to see the actual wattage that the motor is putting out while you're riding it. If you go on the right-hand side, you can take a look at maps and help you get to wherever you're trying to go if you're lost. Another really cool thing about this is that you can lock that motor wheel. So if you go to the left-hand side and give that a swipe, it'll ask you if you're sure you want to lock it. You can press confirm. So this will lock it to up to 32 hours. When the scooter is locked, the wheel will have too much resistance to ride it. You can still kind of roll it and muscle it around, but it's going to be incredibly unpleasant to do anything with, and not really worth stealing. So if you're going to lock this up outside, have it secured through the deck, and then you can also lock the wheel, and it's not going to be very attractive for a thief to take. When you want to unlock that, you can just hold the lock button down on your app, and there it is, unlocked. A couple more features that this has is to track your overall activity, and that's going to work with the Moves app, so you can also download that if you want some more stats about where you've been. And it'll just basically kind of track your overall movement. Also, FlyKly wants to see where people are riding the scooter, just to see where they could possibly implement more bike lanes, and just to get a feel for where people are riding. You can enter your profile information here if you need to change that for your login. And then you can see you have a couple other settings here on the side, more just about account information and version of the app. So another really cool thing about this scooter is that you can kind of tune how you want it to ride. So when you go over to your settings, which is the little sprocket kind of on the top right corner, you can switch your units from kilometers to miles per hour, and you can actually set how you want the scooter to ride. So you can pick either duration or distance. It doesn't really make a huge difference in the ride which one you pick. What's going to be more important is that you can adjust it down here from minimum to maximum. So to get the maximum assist, that's what it's going to be when you first have the app. That's already going to be the default setting. But if you do want to kick more and kind of conserve your battery, you can tone that down a little lower and it won't assist you as long, so you'll be kicking more frequently. And in case you just want to go back to normal, you do have a factory reset button, but we'll keep this at duration and hit save there. So you have that saved and you can change that whenever you want to. Overall, a lot of really nice feedback you can get from this app. Of course, you don't need the app to use the scooter. You can just spin the wheel and once it turns blue, it's ready to ride. But if you do want that extra information, you can have that with the BitRide app, and you can mount it right to your handlebars with the free smartphone mount from Nice Wheels. Since this is one of the first larger wheeled kick scooters that I've ever ridden, personally it was a really nice feel when I first got on it. The footboard is nice and big, and you have those big 16-inch wheels, which may be small for a bike, but are very big for a scooter. So you'll be able to ride over a lot, and it's incredibly comfortable. So if you're used to a throttled electric scooter, this may not be the right ride for you, but if you're used to a regular kick scooter, this would be a really similar feel that'll be able to extend your range by a lot. Since it doesn't actually accelerate you, you do need a couple kicks to get going and get that speed. But what's really unique about this is that it's completely street legal because it does not have a throttle. So you can ride this anywhere without any worry about getting in trouble with it. What's nice about the motor itself is that since you're not throttling it and it's not working at 100% all the time, you'll actually probably have this lasting for a much longer period of time than, say, some normal electric scooters. The motor casing is nice and durable. The scooter comes with a 1-year warranty, and basically if it's not working, there's only one place to look, so it makes it incredibly easy to diagnose. FlyKly has their own warehouse in the US where they do all the repairs in-house, so we'll be able to service this for years to come. Overall, the FlyKly Smartped is a great choice for people who want a low maintenance and reliable electric scooter, and one that's entirely street legal pretty much anywhere you go. Since it is a scooter, there is not a lot to it. It's just 2 wheels on a board, very low maintenance. May need a brake adjustment here and there once in a while, but other than that, you're going to be able to rely on this thing every single day. Thanks so much for watching this review of the FlyKly Smartped. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, as well as turn on your notifications to let you know when we release new content.